Pia Lamu ambayo tuko na shida ya mambo ya mashamba ambayo watu wengi wanalalamika kwamba shamba zao imevamiwa na watu ambao wanajiita masquatter, wengine wanataka kunyang'anya kwa kimabafu na wengine wanaenda kutengeneza title deeds ile fake. That's why tunasema kwamba lazima tushikane pamoja na Wizara ya Lands kuhakikisha complaints zote zenye zinaletwa tunaweza kuzitatua. Na hii ni jambo ambayo kwa kusikiliza kwangu, na bado nitaenda Kilifi kesho kutwa, nitasikia vile watatuambia, lakini ni kitu ambayo pengine tutafikiria tufanye jambo kwa county chache. Pengine tutengeneze multi-agency team yenye itahusika na Lands na DCI na wengine kuhakikisha tumefanya rapid response kwa sehemu hiyo kwa muda mfupi, kusort out ile shida ambao watu wanapitia. Hata kama ni team ambayo itakaa hapo, watu walete malalamishi yao, Lands iangalie digitization process yao imefika wapi, na nani shamba ni ya nani, wajue haki ni ya nani, ili tusuluhishe hii kitu mara moja, kwa sababu kuna cartels ambayo sio ati ni watu wakubwa sana, saa zingine ni watu tu ambao wanatoka, ni watu unasema ni watu wa wastani katika wanatoka sehemu hizo, lakini wanashikana pamoja kuvamia shamba ya mwenyewe na kuishi na pengine hata kushikana sometimes kulete title deeds ambayo ni fake, kushikana na watu wa mashamba na kuuza mashamba haya, kuuzia tena mtu mwingine ambaye ananunua na ananunua ajui kwamba hii shamba sio halali. Hiyo kazi yote lazima tushikane pamoja, na nakubaliana na wewe kwamba itahitaji certain response kwa county chache kwa Kenya, pengine 3, 4, 5, ili tusuluhishe. Nairobi ikiwa moja yao, Kilifi ikiwa ingine, Kwale ingine, ikiwa Lamu, na pengine 1, 2, ili tusuluhishe shida kama haya ambayo tunapitia, aswa hiyo shida ya Kilifi na Nairobi. Kwa swali ya aliyekuwa waziri hapo zamani, mimi sijasikia vizuri ambaye former waziri alisema, Muturi, na sina uwezo basi kujua aswa yote yenye alisema, lakini swali nimekuwa nikijiuliza tu ni kwamba mheshimiwa huyu Muturi alikuwa Attorney General. Alipomaliza Attorney General, anasema kwamba akiwa Attorney General kijana yake alishikwa. Anasema pia kwamba alipoteza imani na hiyo serikali. Anasema pia kwamba kwa 2023 kuna vitu aliona kwamba haikuwa vizuri kufanya kwa serikali, lakini alikwamilia hiyo serikali kwa miaka hiyo yote. Hata wakati aliambiwa jiuzulu, anataka tu kukwama hapo. So sasa mimi nashindwa kwa nini alikwama kwa mambo mabaya, pia kwa nini alikwama kwa serikali ambayo ilikuwa inafanyia Wakenya vibaya, na hii ni kutafutia haki wa Kenya ama anatafutia kijana yake? Na huyu kijana ya Justin Muturi ni ako wapi? Na ni mtu, nasikia ni mtu miaka 50. Kwa nini asiongee kama vile watoto ya watu wengine wanaongea? So kuna maswali ambayo mimi siwezi nikajibu, ni vile tu naangalia kwa habari huko. Mimi sijakosana na yeye, mimi sikuwa najua alikuwa na shida kama hayo, lakini maswali ambayo nimesikia yeye akiongelelea, sijakuwa convinced kweli kwamba yeye ako na kitu yenye iko convincing. Hata ukisikia mambo mengine mtu akikwambia nilipikiwa na rais, nikaambiwa soma karatasi fulani, pitisha. Kama rais amekupigia na kuambia soma, kama hata ni kweli, kwa sababu hatujui hata kama ni kweli, lakini akikupigia na kuambia hebu angalia karatasi na uweke TSI, na wewe ndio advisor mkubwa ya serikali, na usharudishia rais useme hii haiwezekani, si inaishia hapo? Kwa sababu wewe ndio advisor. Sasa itakusaidia aje kisiasa uende useme haya aliniambia nifanye hivi lakini nilimwambia haiwezekani? Si wewe ndio ulifaa kuambiwa hivyo ndio useme haiwezekani? Kwa sababu sisi wote ambao tunatumika kwa serikali, si unapewa instructions kwamba je, Kipchumba inawezekana kufanya 1 2 3, kwa sababu katiba inasema wewe ni mshauri mkubwa wa rais. Kazi yako sasa ni kusema haya nimesoma sheria hii na hii inawezekana rais, hii nyingine haiwezekani. Sasa ukikuja kufanyia siasa hiyo, kazi yako ilikuwa ni nini? Ilikuwa kazi yako ukipewa instructions Uangalie kama inawezekana ufanye, kama haiwezekani useme hii haiwezekani. Uwezi kuja kusema baadaye nilisema haiwezekani. Kwani kazi yako ilikuwa nini? Kazi yako ilikuwa kusema haiwezekani. So I don't know how else you can say, if the advisors that he gave to government that he said this is not possible, that was his job, to say it's not possible. He cannot now turn back and say, okay, I say it's not possible, so clap for me. That's really, or that because I say it's not possible, I averted corruption. You didn't avert corruption, you did your job. To make sure that the law was being followed. And if you did it well, you should have the confidence. And I really don't think that there is anything, like you've asked, I don't think there is anything that has reached a threshold that can be called that there was corruption, so therefore it needs to be answered. If it reaches a stage where there is a threshold, maybe he will be summoned. But why does he wait to be summoned? The other day, he walked to DCI. He can also as well work with DCI with evidence. He has, I find it very funny that the Attorney General of the Republic at this time is saying that he has kept government documents and he has kept them in email. In another country, he could have been arrested because the principle of how to handle government documents is known. In US, for example, if those documents are in your email, that's a serious national security. You still remember what happened to Hillary Clinton. One of the biggest problems with her just before elections was the fact that she was communicating using her personal email on national security issues. The Attorney General of the Republic handles very classified documents, all of them almost stamped top secret. And the objective there is that these documents are government documents. For one of them to say, from the time they joined the office, he was photocopying documents, government documents, and keeping them, or he had scanned and put on his email, or that he has kept them in his email, is actually nauseating, because it means that is a person who doesn't know their job. Those documents are government documents. It is not your personal documents. And you swore something called government secrets. And you could not have confidentiality. You swore to confidentiality. And you could not have been having government documents for 2 years because you are dealing with corruption. That's not true. You are just having those government documents because you have other reason, or perhaps you don't know what you swore. He's not the first Attorney General to be fired. Neither was he a first Attorney General to be changed. You don't hear Amos Wako or Githu Muigai or former Kiara Attorney General going all over saying that I was fired and I'm carrying government documents. I think this is the lowest an Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya has ever gone to. And I think it's important for all of us, including myself. If I fall out with government today, I know where my limits are. If I am no longer serving in government today, I know my limits are. I will not be the last person to do so. And that's the same to all cabinet secretaries. If today I get an instruction from the government to do something that is wrong, my first responsibility is to advise that is wrong. If I'm forced to do it and I know this government is doing wrong things, I resign from that government. It is the right thing for someone to do. But you are hanging on a government that is corrupt and you want to serve in that corrupt government to the end. I find that very ridiculous.
Naam, waziri umesema mengi.
I don't know where will be the end of this conversation, but
okay, yeah. Waziri umesema mengi ya kupa na kuja na kuhusiana na usalama. Pengine kauli yako ya mwisho tu na hakikisho lako kuhusiana usalama wa taifa kwa mkazi wa Pwani na pia Mkenya kwa ujumla.
Ningependa kuambia wakazi wote wa Pwani kwamba tumekuwa na nimekuja hapa kwamba you have to do gender might be easy, but you have ethnic balance. Now also area balance within sub-county, clans, and so forth. So there are certain many other things that need to be looked at. That is why we want citizens to be vigilant. You know, for that particular day, as active as the youth president is, we will accredit him akuje akae kwa headquarters ya hapo ndio akuwa anaangalia. Anaona okay, shortlist ilikuwa hii inaonekana. Huyu amekimbia, huyu hawa 5 10 wamekimbia. The ladies wamekimbia namna until we get the final results. But if you know for sure that mtu fulani ana roam kwa headquarters na ako na pesa, you can also effect something called citizen arrest. Naweza shika pesa yenye ako nayo na upeleke yeye kwa police station na hiyo pesa pia inaweza saidia kujenga ka police station ama kitu fulani katika community. Because I'm very serious on this issue, by the way, because I'm speaking and in my mind I'm thinking about the recruitment center in my constituency, and because I know people, because I was a senator, they used to call all the time, wanapiga simu wanasema nani alinunua. Hata ukienda home unafika unaambiwa ule na ule ndio walipata tu, hawa walinunuliwa, huyu alisaidiwa kununua, baba yake aliuza shamba. Then the worst part of it is that watu maskini wanaenda kuuza shamba kuja kununua kazi. Yeah? So sasa kama mtu maskini kabisa ana chochote amenunua kazi na 500,000. Ule amenunuliwa hiyo kazi, akifika hiyo kazi atarikava aje? Atarikava hiyo pesa aje? Si lazima achote. Kwa sababu baba yake aliuza shamba, anaishi ana mahali pa kuishi, lazima in the first 2 years akuwe anaharakisha haraka kupata pesa ya kutosha kuenda kufanya nini? So this is how we perpetuate corruption. And that's why I really want to help tusaidiane pamoja during recruitment centers. We will try as ourselves, but also you as citizens here, and even leaders, help us to observe, to make sure that we observe these processes of recruitment. Hiyo sikubaliani na wewe kabisa. Hiyo ya kusema tupatie vijana hata mko na uwezo ya kupigana na wale vijana wengine hawana, tutakushika. Tukiona vijana wengine wanapiga wengine, hiyo ni crime by itself. Julisha police know how to do and what they need to do. If you arrest, kuna kitu inaitwa citizen arrest, and immediately you are able, and you only do that when your life is not in danger. If citizens are able to arrest a criminal, they immediately take to police station and make sure that they record a statement that they have handed over a person who has been arrested. Unlicensed chemists, I agree. We work together with county governments to make sure those which are licensed by national or county government are dealt with. To support also wazee wetu wa dini na mambo ya usalama, tutafanya kazi na hawa. Mambo ya the other challenge we are just dealing with is maybe sensitization within the judiciary. And I think, again, this is something, it has been mentioned in all the meetings I've gone to, that gender-based violence victims na vulnerable groups are fearing to report to certain police stations, or they have, the biggest problem is that they cannot be witnesses in court because the courts themselves, wanachukua mtu amecommit a serious crime, wanampatia bail without, or a bond, without, they release them on bond or bail, without really considering the danger that the victim is going through. I think this is an area also that the Chief Justice and the judiciary, we must, all of us, have a conversation. We must really confine some people because of the danger that the victims go through, or the witnesses, if we really want witnesses. You can't allow that person to go roaming and go and harass the witnesses. I have noted the need for postal institutions. We have noted also the issues raised by the hoteliers. Jeff has spoken passionately about investments in this area, and that we need to protect. We thank you, Jeff, and the community for supporting police with fuel. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a crime to do so. You know, policing is a community thing. It's a community. Policing is a community issue. It shouldn't be enmity. Living with the police. In fact, business community should be able to support, or local community. Mukifanya good harvest and you have enough food, and there are police officers who are doing operation somewhere, you support them by taking the food to them as a community. You know, as long as you are not bribing as an individual, come and bribing a police officer so that they can take care of me. So hoteliers are doing a good job by facilitating. Sometimes in even other places, they donate cars. You know, they donate a car, they donate to the police, and they work together as local community, because that is what we want. We want a safe environment. And we will be encouraging many other business communities. And I think we need to put in place a proper scheme where business communities and people who are able to donate can donate vehicles, can donate, can build police stations for us, and so forth. What we will only not allow is suspects to do so. We will want only clear associations like yours to work with us, and therefore, thank you for facilitating that process. It goes a long way than waiting for budget, and the community can be able to do something. It helps us a great deal. And we like and we appreciate our police officers who go and live well within their community and enlist the community towards community policing, where we are working together as a team. On national projects, I totally agree with Governor that we need to share more of national projects, but also in greater detail and with full information. I don't think we have done a good job, Madam, in that area. You can still give something more fleshy that can help us to propagate and inform this, as many of our people. On Chamber of Commerce, I agree with you. We work with the good politicians to ensure that and I appreciate most of these MPs, if not all of them, actually, have been working very closely with us. Hakuna MP hapa, I must say it with clarity. There is no MP we are suspecting that is participating in funding these kind of things. In any case, most of them are supporting us. But there are some political activists here and there that are under investigations, and so we will deal with them as we cross where we cross. We appreciate the MCAs, the MPs, to help us to sort out these problems in the community, because some things can be averted. You don't need to come with a gun. If the local community can sit and preach to these kids to let go pangas and so forth. Also, we cannot do it without MPs and governor and so forth, because we want them to give bursaries, to build schools, to do all these other programs that can help us to sort these issues in the long run. And that's why this is important. I also agree with those who are saying issues of wines and spirits and their shops and so forth is an issue that all of us must deal with. And it's important that we do these inspections that we need, because as you heard the county commission, regional commissioner saying that some inspections lead to us finding drugs inside even properly licensed bars and clubs and joints, but inside there are other hidden drugs that are being propagated through those procedures. On the issue of land, especially the Nyari land problem in that is Kinango, right? Yeah, that's Samburu area, and I've been there myself. I think that is an issue I will follow up with the Lands Commission to see, the Lands Ministry to see what else can we do, because as I told you in my opening remarks, land is becoming a challenge for us in terms of dealing with insecurity issues. And Marende Ranch, land divisions and so forth, those issues are extremely important. When I go back, this is a discussion we'll have with the Lands Ministry. I have also appreciated the request for police posts, and we'll work together to see how best we can do that. On Honorable Anifa, you talked about certificates being released. I think that is something of enforcement now, trying to follow up to make sure that the schools can release the certificates. And then issues of land invasions for investments. It is something we, as I said, we must discuss. Birth certificate to be devolved, I agree that this should be done. Dealing with defilement cases, threaten the MCAs, and that MCAs require security where need be. MCAs are leaders. When they report to our county security team, the county security team, we should be able to facilitate and protect them, especially those who are working with us. You have requested that we promote some of the chiefs on merit. Unfortunately, we don't have that that provision of promotion on merit, because they still have to go through Public Service Commission. But I will make the recommendation. I have already asked the county team to get me the most senior chiefs who deserve to move to principal level, so that we can make the recommendation and take them for training, so that we can have also, and all of them deserve to be promoted if they have qualified for that promotion. As we sort the SCCs, we also want to sort the others. But because I'm here, I am going to get a report of the best performing chief. Then we see how we can recommend them for greater promotion. Police, we have a way we do it.
And definitely, if I visit like I have done today, there is a way we will do it, and I will do it. Yeah. And then security for the chiefs is very important. Actually, this is another national issue, cross-cutting issue. Some of the chiefs are in danger because of the operations they do. Okay? And so in the discussion we are doing for reform of National Police Service, and since chiefs have been trained on paramilitary issues, we are ready to recommend the arming of some of the chiefs that feel threatened so that we can make them NPR officers. We give them an NPR certificate so that they can protect themselves. Even as we work with GAPU to ensure that we are attaching police officers to the chiefs, we must also, or to work closer with the chiefs, we want also to make sure that a chief who feels personally threatened, as you know, any person in Kenya whose life is in danger can be licensed to hold a gun. There is nothing that stops us from licensing a chief whose life is in danger to protect themselves. And we are, of course, trying to do the same in the frontier counties so that the chiefs can protect themselves. As long as that gun does not also become a source of insecurity for the chief, that some criminals may want to target the chief because he has a gun. That is also an issue that we must be able to deal with. And as I said yesterday, any chief whose house is burned, whose family is attacked, we will not leave them. Like the case we discussed about Mombasa, where a chief's house was burned because of participating in national duty, I have said that we will find ways of ensuring that we support the chief. We cannot say fully compensate, but really support in the circumstances that they have gone through. And then I totally agree that government offices have no titles. We need to work on the titles of government offices across, including the chief's offices. For the sub-county headquarters, I think there was an MCA who was concerned about the headquarters of Shimba Hill sub-county. Once you do the public participation, you engage in the public participation, and there is a consensus that you move it to a particular place, it will be written to us and we will move it. We have no desire, we have no attachment to any of the places. It is the people who should decide. And then for replacement of removed chiefs, we are working on that program, and you will hear some of the advertisements being done. And Mheshimiwa Konzirai has talked about the Samburu sub-county with 26 million as a balance. I don't want to make a roadside declaration that tutalipa hiyo. But I will ensure that in this coming budget, and SNA please we make sure that it's done. We include this sub-county in the balance. The good news is that the former minister is the deputy president. So even if you don't follow him, you can still follow him. He still has, but because I'm here, na mimi ni mtu yao ya mkono ya rais na naibu wake, I will make sure that that is put in the budget. That's put in the budget. And thank you, SNA. Make sure that we remember to ensure that the promise made by the Deputy President, then the Minister of Interior, is fulfilled. And then boundaries. Had been already briefed about boundary issue between this county and Taita Taveta, and that is a very sensitive issue. Again, Mheshimiwa, I don't want to, because I'm still the Minister of Taita Taveta. Yeah, so I don't want to just make a roadside declaration that tomorrow the teachers will leave. However, we will seek the amicable solution. Since RC is here and she's also cross-cutting, she will convene a meeting for the two counties and the leadership of the two counties, first at the level of them, before they can call you as political leaders, so that we can solve those issues. RC, you stand instructed to convene a meeting between the two sub-counties on that issue. Let's look for amicable solution, because I don't know why counties can fight over boundary, except where they find minerals or something. The rest, we should be able to agree how we work together. I know what drives really boundary fights is when there are benefits that come to the county government as a result of either investments in the area or something of that sort. But the rest of you are Kenyans. We can, it's the administrative unit of the county government that is more interested because of the benefits that are attached to it. And I hope we can work together to solve this issue. We really struggled with this issue when I was in Senate. We even had a bill brought by Honorable Muturi Kilonzo Jr., and we tried our best to find ways of sorting inter-county boundaries, and it remains a thorny issue even for us in the security sector. I think I agree with Mheshimiwa Fatuma that we should find another language, not Christian, these people, Panga boys, because it sounds even a very good thing, yet it's a dangerous issue. Maybe we'll find another way. You will help us so that we can use another language. We can say criminals carrying pangas or something of that sort. And then on the question of administrative units that have been gazetted, Mheshimiwa, and have not been operationalized, including the one Mheshimiwa Tandasa gave me, I will take time to make sure that they are all included in operationalization. It is true, some of 2017 and 2018, like this one, have not been operationalized. But some which came recently, even like this year, is because of security problems in the northeastern and so forth. But as we progress to areas, including here where marginalized, we will prioritize operationalization of the old sub-counties before we deal with the new ones. The only areas where we have had to do quickly, even areas that came late, is because of security in banditry areas and areas we have border challenges. Kumbe hii maswali ilikuwa mingi hivi. Yes, on the I was coming. Yes, Mheshimiwa, there are 5 police officers on their way there, but they are on midway. They were told there is no place they will sleep. So quickly discuss with the county commander and make sure that they have a place to sleep tonight. Otherwise, they are on their way. If you give me 5 minutes, we'll live together. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Again, we need to take reporting of crime seriously. I think that we have been told. Arrest of criminals, we have been told. We need to upgrade prisons in Kwale. I agree. The Kwale prisons need urgent upgrade, and the welfare of the prisoners needs to be taken care of in terms of construction. And then road reserve. Mheshimiwa Governor, the only thing I will not agree is for us to allow people to live in the road reserve. Yeah, so if it is a road reserve, I will say we must get them out. Because if we are saying we want to dual the road from here to Lunga, it's to the benefit of all Kenyans. And so it's important. In other installations where people have been living, but we want to do development, definitely we'll do the normal public participation. I participated myself as a Minister for Transport in sorting out the squatter issue in Dongokundu. And I'm happy that we went round. Some people, we even paid them twice because we just wanted to ensure that we clear the place. But where it is clear that it's government land, we cannot encourage people to occupy government land and then make it expensive for us to construct the roads, as hospitals and all other facilities. But I agree with you, Governor, where we want to do development and we know that Kenyans are going to be affected, we must do further consultation. On the Mwarere Ranch, Mwereni Ranch. Okay, thanks. On the Mwereni Ranch, the little I know and the way I've been briefed is that it is an issue that is being handled by, it's actively being handled by the Minister of Lands. And it will be done well because we believe in transparency. We will also make sure that, I'm saying the Minister of Lands is actively working on that issue. No, I'm just saying in terms of documentation and all those other issues. But from our side, we will make sure that wrong people do not invade the land. So that and I understood what you meant about the security, to make sure that the people who are in the land are the right beneficiaries who are the locals in that area. What I can assure you, Mheshimiwa Governor, is that the word kuna juu is usually an amorphous thing. Yeah? Above. Ukisikia mtu amekwambia inatoka above, huyo mtu ni ukora, anajaribu kuepa. Hakuna kitu inaitwa above. Because above inaweza kuwa MCA, inaweza kuwa MP, inaweza kuwa governor, above inaweza kuwa waziri, inaweza kuwa PS, inaweza kuwa also ni maono imetoka mbinguni. So, mtu akitumia the word above, don't ever act on such a statement. It's important that whoever tells you, unajua hii ni ya mkubwa, mwambie mkubwa ameandika wapi, amekuandikia wapi kwamba hii itafanywa namna hiyo. And then finally, I just want to say we are truly honored as a ministry, extremely honored that you took your time to come here. We are very humbled by your humility, Madam Governor, to stay with us the entire day. That shows the utmost respect you give to the national government, to the president, to myself, and to the team that is here. It's also a signature of your working relationship with the county security team. And I want to thank all the MCAs for really sacrificing your time. I want to thank the 3 members of parliament for also joining us, and appreciate those who are unable to join us because of exigencies of duty, because parliament is on today. And I want to thank all our security teams that have been patient. We have sat in a meeting that we thought it was going to be 2 hours. We've sat the entire day. Yeah, I thought everybody was going to be bored and leave. But these issues are important for our country. We do not intend to make this a talk show. No. This is supposed to form, as I said, the base for us to make sure that the things that we have heard from here are tabulated with clarity of when we should be able to deliver on those issues. Thereafter, we will make sure we come back to you either directly to the different departments or directly to the or indirectly through your elected leaders. The other thing I'd like to say is that I wanted also, as a cabinet secretary, leading chiefs and assistant chiefs, I didn't want to serve for 1 year, 2 years, whatever period of time, and then I don't even know where the chiefs are, and I've not heard their voice. So today I'm very happy, I'm extremely happy that I have spoken directly and heard directly from the chiefs, from the ACCs, from the DCCs, from the security team, from OCSs. It gives me great gratification that I can listen to their cries directly. But it's not just enough to listen. Now it is my responsibility to make sure that these issues that you've given us are resolved. Our intention is to make sure that we make Kwale the successful county that it should be. It's our intention to make sure that investors will be comfortable to come to Kwale. It's our intention to make sure that the life of our people are improved because of the work we've done in the security sector. We need to make sure that Kwale achieves its potential, because there is no reason why a country that is rich, a county that has the sea, it has rivers, it has forest, it has minerals, people should live in poverty. It should be. And we must support the county governor here and the county MCAs and the members of parliament and the national government to make sure that we lift this Kwale to achieve its potential. And insecurity cannot be the reason why this Kwale is not achieving its potential. Therefore, the problem that we are facing with young people carrying machetes and pangas everywhere must be dealt with, and dealt with finality. As I said, there will be no sacred cow. Any person who is involved in all these acts of violence must be dealt with, and dealt with ruthlessly. I also want to say here that the welfare of our police officers includes protecting them when they find themselves in line of fire, and in the line of their duty, they have to use reasonable force. We will protect and defend them, because We want to keep our country safe. We want to keep this country safe. Our chiefs and our assistant chiefs, you have my full support and protection. If you fail, you are threatened in any way. That report must be escalated to my office so that we can ensure that your security, your safety is guaranteed through proper security for every chief that is working here. We are also assuring the people of Kenya that we are going to deal with issues of corruption. We will deal with issues of ineptitude. We will deal with issues of laxity. We want to make sure that everybody, because we are all in an underperformance contract, and as I told you, we get your reports. We want to reward everybody who does a good job, but we must also punish those who do not do their job. And therefore, the only way you can be punished is to lose your job, or to be demoted, or to be dismissed from service. And that is why we must take our job seriously. We must fight drugs and alcohol abuse fiercely, because it is stealing our future. It is robbing our young people of their future. And we cannot have any laxity. But we cannot fight drugs and alcohol abuse when we have chiefs and assistant chiefs and police officers who are drunk. You cannot come to work drunk. I know some chiefs from where I come from. Some chiefs that I know, that this chief ndio ule anakaa kwa mahali pa chang'aa, anasaidia, yeye ndiye anasongesha kuni, anamwambia mama mwenye anapika chang'aa, na kwa nini haivi haraka? Sasa watu kwa village wanakuja wote wanasema ile nyumba ya ule mama ni mzuri, kwa sababu hapo ni chief ako tuko safe. Kwa sababu pengine chief anapewa hapo chang'aa bure bila kulipishwa. Na hata wale wanapika wanajua ya chief ni free, you know? Na hata sio free, atakunywa peke yake, atapewa pia transport ya kwenda nayo, kwa sababu wanajua ataletea yeye customers. If we have you do such kind of things, we will make sure that you are dismissed from the service. We will battle with you in court or wherever, because we want that this is a country of law and order. Kwa hivyo bado niko hapa Pwani, naendeleza shughuli. Tumechelewa, tuko bado tunaenda pale nje kuhakikisha kwamba tunafanya kuangalia kazi ya mobile registration imefika wapi. Lakini ningependa kuwashukuru sana kwa muda wenu mmechukua. Mungu awabariki, Mungu awaneemikie. Tuonane tena siku nyingine kama kazi imefanyika vizuri na kama watu wetu wako wanaishi kwa usalama. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.